Welcome to Playing the 10-String Guitar, an approach guide for guitarists. Since you're watching this DVD, I already know that you are open to new ideas and that your hands are ready to learn. Playing the 10-string guitar is intended for all guitarists as a guided method that will take you step by step through the process of making your 10-string guitar learning experience accessible, technically exciting, and musically rich with expanded possibilities. Whether a beginning guitarist or a professional player, I know these exercises, studies, transcriptions, and original composition will assist you in your understanding of this limitless instrument. Let's begin by tuning all the 10 strings. We have the first 6 strings of a 6-string guitar: E, B, G, D, A, E. Then we move on to the 7th-string B, 8th-string F sharp, 9th-string C sharp, 10th-string G sharp. This is tuned by descending by fourths. The other tuning that I use mostly in this book is what I call an alternate tuning. That's tuning the bottom 4 strings down by a half step. First we will leave the B by itself. Then we take the F sharp and make it an F natural. The C, make it a C natural. And the G, G natural. After you have tuned to the standard tuning, we'll begin going through the book from exercises to the studies to the pieces. Please note that the tunings in this book are a result of my conception. This tuning facilitates the ability to play music from Baroque to contemporary pieces to jazz to improvisation. And as in any new concept, you may discover other tunings as you go along. I gave a lot of thought to how I was going to make very clear all the transcriptions and studies for you in this book. In my conclusion, I thought it would be best to write all the music with a grand staff. Now, as guitarists, we don't usually come across the need to be skilled at reading the bass clef. However, you can easily expand your note reading ability by learning to recognize the 4 open bass strings. I chose to write this music in this book because in the short term, it's really going to be clearer for you in the long run. The following exercises are provided to help you to ease into the grand staff. You can readily identify the note by reading the number in the circle, as we do in 6-string music, indicating which string to play. Let's begin exercise 1 by using the standard tuning and by using the numbers: 10, 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's call the notes by their names: G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, B, F sharp, B, C sharp, F sharp, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, B. If you can do that, you'll be all set to move on. Now you're ready to add a treble part. Practice the voices separately at first, then play the first beat with the treble and bass notes together, and then at the end, play all the notes at the same time. This will be using the B string. always best to repeat and repeat until you get very, very comfortable with where the thumb is playing on your new bass string. Let's move on to exercise 3. Exercise 3 employs the F sharp, which is your 8th string. So you always want to start to think in terms of numbers and the names of the notes. Exercise 4 uses the C sharp or the 9th string. Exercise 5 uses the 10th string. Just enjoy the deep resonance of your lowest note. Stopping resonance from one note to another. The most important part of the thumb is to be able to flatten your thumb in between the strings as you go from one note to another. This will automatically stop the previous resonating bass string. If I just place my finger like this and just watch the angle of your right hand thumb, and this is the way that you'll be able to stop the resonance in between the strings as you play without really too much effort. Let me give you an example of damping the resonance with the heel of the right hand. There's the stop. A little faster. Some repertoire is perfectly conceived for the 6-string guitar, and because you always have a 6-string guitar with a 10-string instrument, that always works out well. Making use of the 10 strings extra bass notes can be an alternate way to ease some difficult fingering that you may come across. For example, in La Romanza, on the 7th fret you have to bar. This sometimes can be difficult to hold down and sound clear without straining. On the 10-string guitar, there is an open B note. Use this B as an alternate fingering to the bar chord fingering, and this can also be repeated in measures 19 through 22. Let me demonstrate. Here is our bar chord on the 7th fret using the B. Here on the 10-string guitar, instead of barring across all 6 strings, you can bar less and use the open B for your bass note. Once you begin to visualize music as placed on the expanded 10-string fretboard, you'll be able to find different solutions to fingering problems as you go along.